Let's review the NES control pad. How good could it be? Well, I've played plenty of the classic Mario and Zelda games, as well as a few others on this console. So I'm mainly going to be talking about my opinion and talking about how well this controller functions from my own experience. So the layout is pretty basic, but to play these, I'll say, charmingly simple games, you don't need much. But the layout is just perfect. The design of the D-pad just creates this easy, fluent movement, which is great for playing games like Zelda, where you're constantly having to avoid enemies and make your way through these landscapes. The idea of the D-pad, which was made by Nintendo by the way, was such a fantastic one as well, because it just makes it so much easier to control 2D games like this, rather than using something like an analog stick, which most controllers beforehand were using. To play these games, you only need two action buttons, an A and a B. One of them would be used as your primary weapon or like a main move mechanic such as jumping, and then the other one would act as sort of a miscellaneous button for an extra mechanic, maybe for like an item that you would pick up. The buttons are responsive and sharp, which is great for playing games like Mario, where you're most likely going to be tapping these buttons a lot more than, say, most of the D-pad. By pressing A to jump and B to sprint, you never get the controls confused because it's just so simple and easy to follow, and you'll never end up button mashing. The shape is decent, but it definitely does get better with later controllers. It still fits your hands nicely though. It's compact, simple, and the perfect size. This controller was definitely bedrock for modern controller design. I mean, if you look at what came like 2-3 years before this, you had controllers that were designed with keypads and rubbish analog sticks, and there were these massive phone-like designs. Why did you need like 20 buttons to play Pitfall or Space Invaders? But anyway, that's a topic for another video. The NES controller, I'm giving an 8.5 out of 10. It's basically perfect.